What's up? It's time. It's time for the happy hour. Woo! You guys are too kind. You're too kind. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down. Good to see you guys today for another episode of the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. Fitz, my loyal canine companion. My dog is not in the room at the moment, but we left the door cracked. Maybe he'll make an appearance later. I am Master G, and this is my channel, Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G, where we play retro video games. This is the NES Happy Hour show. It's more than just a live stream, though. This is a live, completely unscripted, completely unedited, completely live every time show, variety show, game show. Happy Hour is for happy hour. You might have had a long day at school, long day at the office, working hard. You come home, you want to sit down, you want to relax, you want a cocktail, you want to watch some television, maybe do a little trivia. That's what the NES Happy Hour is. We come up with completely original Nintendo-inspired cocktail recipes. We pair them with the game of the day. We take a look at the box art. We take a look at the manual. We play the game for a little bit on the show, and then we close every episode with a bar trivia challenge. You live viewers, you get to play along at home on that bar trivia challenge. So if you stick around to the end, you get to be a contestant. We'll put the chat up on the screen above me. All of your answers, you can shout them out in the chat, A, B, C, or D. It'll be 5 multiple choice questions. It'll be a lot of fun. So good to see you guys. Slowly filtering in the chat. We got Haker, a new name. I don't think I've ever seen you, so thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I hope you like what you see here. I hope you have a lot of fun. We certainly have a lot of fun. Everyone in the chat. It's always a blast here on the NES Happy Hour. Of course, we got Adrian here, back for more. Say hello to Adrian. Good dude. Been tuning in a lot during Season 6. It's our mission here to play through every single game in the NES library. No emulation either. These are part of my personal collection. I collect the original manuals, the original cartridges. I play them on this beautiful machine you see behind me. And one day we're going to play every single one. I'm going to collect them all. I'm going to share them all with you for an episode of the NES Happy Hour. Season 6, that means this is episode 117. So we got about 5 or 6 more years of fun ahead of us here on the channel. I hope you all come back for more. I hope you love it. And it's good to see you all in the chat. What game are we playing today, folks? We're playing WWF Wrestlemania. That's right. The Hulk himself right there. Hulk Hogan on the cover. WWF Wrestlemania, one of a few, actually quite a few wrestling games got released on the NES. I was never a huge wrestling fan when I was a youngster, but this was really, the 80s and early 90s, it was a great time for wrestling, and so many good characters, so many good stories. I hope this game lives up to the hype. I'll tell you this, whoever owned this cartridge before me, the one that I have in the machine, that beautiful Nintendo NES, loved this game because my copy of this cartridge is a little worn out. It was very hard to get it started, but I think I got it figured out, got it nice and clean, got it ready to go. Hopefully we won't have too many delays when we fire it up to play. But other than that, I don't know much about these wrestling games. I never had the wrestling games when I was a youngster, so I never played them on the Nintendo back in the 80s and 90s. I'll be playing this one for pretty much the first time. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It features Hulk Hogan and other WWF superstars, such as Randy, Macho Man Savage. You got Andre the Giant, the Frenchman, the Beast, Andre. You got Honky Tonk Man, hailing from where I'm at right here in Tennessee, I believe. Ted, $1 Million Man DiBiase, I don't know how to pronounce his last name because I wasn't a wrestling fan back in the day. And Bam Bam Bigelow. So those are your wrestlers in WWF Wrestlemania on the NES. You've always dreamed of being Hulk Hogan or Randy Macho Man Savage or one of the other WWF superstars, and now here's your chance. Challenge your opponent to a rough and tumble match featuring drop kicks, headlocks, body slams, and a whole arsenal of bone-crunching wrestling moves. Or create your own WWF Wrestlemania tournament and compete against your friends on the computer to crown the undisputed WWF champion. from 1 to 6 can play. So put on your wrestling trunks, step into the ring, and get ready to experience WWF Wrestlemania from the inside. And, you got 6 superstars you can choose from. Hulk and Andre going toe-to-toe. Have you got what it takes to win the WWF Championship belt? I'll tell you what, we probably don't have what it takes. I mean, if you watched the show before, historically, Master G does not have what it takes to win the WWF belt. We have played a few wrestling games on the channel. We played pro wrestling back in maybe, what was that, season 3 or 4? I did all right. I checked the tape. I did all right. I got off to a rough start, but I finished strong. All right. So that's the game we're going to play. Good to see you, Brewery, in the chat. Mitch, as always, Silver G Club member, Mitch Zerbrig. Say hello to Mitch. He's been around for a while. He has joined the G Club. You can join the G Club. It's only 99 cents. You can be like Mitch. You can get yourself one of those awesome loyalty badges. Spam some awesome exclusive emotes in the chat. But before we talk about that, let's talk about our cocktail recipes. All right, so you guys know, we put a lot of effort into our cocktail recipes. Our mysterious mixologist cares very much about you and about providing you with very fun and original alcoholic cocktail recipes and non-alcoholic cocktail recipes. But once a show every season, we kind of just have to be hilarious, and we kind of just have to phone it in a little bit. So you're not getting an original cocktail recipe today. Instead, I present you with what we call the Andre the Giant, which is just a tiny bottle of wine. Why? Because Andre the Giant, a Frenchman himself, was renowned for being able to put away alcohol like you would not believe. He would roll in with whole bottles of wine, just drinking them like they were small glasses of water. He had been known to drink 100 beers in a night and not even be fazed by it. Because he was such a giant, he could tolerate it. So, in honor of Andre the Giant, we present you with a tiny bottle of wine. Or is this a full-size bottle of wine, and am I a giant? Perhaps I am the giant, and this is just an optical illusion. It looks like a tiny bottle of wine to you at home, but in fact, it's a full-size bottle of wine, and I just have I'm an enormous human being, like Andre the Giant. Do you get it? You guys get it. All right, so cheers, folks. I'm going to enjoy one of these delicious, cheap plastic bottles of Sutter Home Cabernet in honor of Andre the Giant and in honor of you, our loyal fans of the show. So cheers. I thank you. I feel just like Andre Giant, just drinking bottles of wine right from the bottle and with my giant hands. As we always say here on the show, Fitz and Master G, we do not condone of underage drinking of any kind. So, if you're not of legal drinking age, wherever you may reside, please don't grab a tiny bottle of wine and drink it with me on the show. Instead, in honor of another wrestling star, a lesser-known wrestling star from WWF Wrestlemania for the NES, I ask you to find yourself a tiny bottle of RC Cola. That is a much harder thing to find unless you live down here in the southeastern United States, where RC Cola is produced. Here in Tennessee, home of the Honky Tonk Man, a wrestler we will see on this show, a wrestler many of you probably don't know too much about. He was part of WrestleMania. He is featured in this game. And down here in the state of Tennessee, where the Honky Tonk Man hails from, we drink RC Cola. It's a local cola we love, and you can get yourself a tiny bottle of RC Cola and pretend you're the Honky Tonk Man instead of drinking a tiny bottle of wine in honor of Andre the Giant. So, I hope you enjoyed it. We took a little break from coming up with crazy, interesting, creative cocktail recipes, but we had a lot of fun with this one. Because this tiny bottle of wine, it really makes me feel like Andre the Giant when I drink it. So that's what I'm going to be drinking on the show today for happy hour. I hope you can find something you like. If not, just look up one of our old cocktail recipes. You can mix yourself up a cocktail or mocktail from a different episode. Grab your favorite drink or your favorite snack and settle in, because we're going to have a pretty good show for you. I hope the game works. Let's talk about our goals. We got the G Club membership I mentioned. You too can join the G Club for the low, low price of only 99 cents a month. That's got to be like the lowest membership in all of video game streaming. I want you to be part of the G Club. I want every one of our fans to be part of the G Club. I'm committed to keeping that entry-level membership at only 99 cents. We have 2 members. When we get to 5, I'm going to give you 2 more exclusive emotes for members to use in the chat, and then we're going to pick a new goal. We're also trying to get 10,000 subscribers. I believe we're at 2,033. If we get to 10,000 subscribers, we're going to unlock the t-shirt store, and I'm going to start sharing all my awesome t-shirt designs. One day, I plan on having an original design for each game in the NES library up on the store for you to purchase if you would like. But we need 10,000 subscribers before YouTube lets us have a t-shirt store right on our YouTube channel. And of course, if you do feel compelled out of the generosity of your heart to donate financially to support the stream, you can pop on over to our website, www.fitsandmasterg.com, all one word. And right there, you can watch our live show. There's a little donation pane. It's a Streamlabs website, so you can fill out the donation, pay however you want, and leave a little message. It'll actually appear live on the show if you choose to make a donation. All of your donations go into our game fund, and we use that to purchase games that I don't have in my collection. Our goal for this year is to get a copy of Die Hard for the NES. Quite a rare game. We need the cartridge, we need the manual if we're going to play it for our very special Christmas episode at the end of the year. It's about $180. We're pretty well on our way. We got a little birthday donation earlier in the month of March to contribute to the game fund, and we have all year to get there. So if that's what you feel like doing, if you feel compelled to donate to the stream, just know we use that money to purchase games that we intend to play on the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. It's time for that manual. Let's put it up on the screen. Let's read through it. Let's see what we need to know before we fire up WWF Wrestlemania on the NES. The Hulkamania himself up there, tearing his yellow spandex shirt off. You've always dreamed of getting in the ring with one of the WWF greats like Hulk Hogan, Andre, Macho Man, and the rest. Get ready to pump yourself up because that's exactly what you're about to do. They're the biggest, the brawniest, the bulkiest, the all-time slammingest, smashingest, most sensational wrestlers ever to enter the WWF ring. And now you can challenge them all. Hurl your elbows, plant your fists, fire your kicks, or use your head. Literally. Because in WWF Wrestlemania, anything goes. You can even jump right off the ropes, pound your opponent with a flying dropkick, or turn around and surprise him with an elbow sandwich. What's an elbow sandwich? I don't really understand that one. You can be whoever you want to be and go against whomever you like. Pit Hulk Hogan against Andre the Giant in a battle of the Titans. Get in the ring with Randy Macho Man Savage or shake, rattle, and roll with the Honky Tonk Man. Make Bam Bam Bigelow perform one of his famous cartwheels and watch what happens when someone's in his way, or see what tricks the $1 Million Man has up his fancy sleeves. Up to 6 players can participate in this game, although they can't all play at once. No matter how you play it, one thing is certain, somebody is going to be on the wrong end of a body slam, and it better not be us. So here's what you do. Some instructions for powering up your game. You want to pick your players, and in standard version, you just pick the wrestler you want, as well as the wrestler you want to go up against, one-on-one in the ring. Player 1 versus the computer player, and you go until one of you gets pinned. Good to see Parapluie626, Mysterious Mixologist. Thanks for joining the show today. Carlos, good to see you as well. Thanks for tuning in. We don't have Lucha Libre. Is that a character? No, that's not a character. That's your Mexican wrestling, a time-honored tradition. This, of course, is WWF Wrestlemania. I don't think we have any of your icons, your great wrestlers featured in this particular game, but maybe in some of the other NES games on the library. You got your player tournament. In this version, you pick the wrestler you want to be, but you have to wrestle all of them on the circuit. Ted, $1 Million Man, Bam Bam Bigelow, the Honky Tonk Man, Macho Man Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, and finally Hulk Hogan. You have to win each bout. You have to advance. and you have to beat all of them to win the WWF Championship belt. And then there's, of course, 2-player modes, which we aren't going to get into today. But if you have a friend you can play with, 2 controllers, you can fire it up together. You can compete in the ring. And you can also do a 2-player tournament. It's a very long 15-match tournament where you and your buddy get to compete in the circuit and see who can advance to the title bout. Every wrestler faces every other wrestler once in a timed 3-minute bout, 15 matches altogether for those tournament rules. And lots of other formats, 3-player tournament, 4-player tournament, 5-player tournament, 6-player tournament. Now, you don't all 6 get to wrestle at once. That's why you can have 6 human players, right? You just all pick one of the 6 wrestlers, and then you square off in a 15-match tournament, one-on-one, bout by bout, to see who gets the title. So you can imagine how much fun this game was for us little kids back in the 80s and 90s. If you had a big family, if you had a lot of friends, you could get everyone over for a party, a sleepover, birthday party, get 6 of your favorite pals together. You could compete together in a WWF Wrestlemania tournament. So I can imagine that was a lot of fun. So you enter your name, you get started. I don't think we need to read about that. I don't think we need to read about selecting your wrestlers. We are going to read more about the wrestlers you can choose from. There are 6 to choose from. I don't think we need to know too much about controls because it is going to tell you the controls for each of the moves of the wrestlers a little bit later in this instruction manual. And then some tips about moving around in the ring. So controller arrows move you around in the ring. You can also move diagonally. If you hold down right or left, you can run. You do need to run and get a running start for some of these special moves. A button, while you're holding down right or left, enters running mode. Release the arrow, release the A button, and your wrestler will run back and forth, bouncing off the ropes, even without the aid of your controller. While you're in that mode, you can perform different moves, different from the ones the wrestler has in walking mode, even though the keys are the same. So Hulk Hogan normally unleashes an uppercut smash when you press the A button. But if you enter running mode first and press the A button, he does a drop kick instead. Now, in order to stop bouncing off the ropes and entering running mode, you just press the A button again. Turnbuckle moves. You got to start at the bottom of the ring, hold down the right or left arrow, and press the A button to get into running mode. Right before you hit the ropes, press the B button. Takes perfect timing. Very hard to execute. It's worth the practice, though, because then you can fly off the turnbuckle and do some crazy moves. You can body slam in this game. You have to have an energy advantage. You have to stand right next to him. A and B buttons at the same time to body slam your opponent. But if you don't have enough energy, a back move is performed instead. I have no idea what a back move is, but hopefully we'll learn about it. Here we go. Back move. Surprise from behind. Most of the wrestlers have a back move. To perform it, quickly turn your back to your opponent, press A and B at the same time, and you perform your special back move. Now, you got to pin the opponent. You got to get their energy down. You got to deplete it to 0, and then you got to pin him for a 3 count, and you win the bout. That's how it works, folks. If you are the one being pinned, press the up button as fast as you can. Up, 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 and you can try to kick yourself out of the pin. Grabbing your Energizer. You may be given the opportunity to increase your energy. Here's how. Each wrestler has his own special Energizer. Okay, so you have to learn a special move to amp yourself up. If you get worn out, you got to amp yourself up so you can do your special moves. Okay, pause to start. Press the restart button to restart. This is going to be kind of hard to read, so we'll switch back and forth. These are 2 pages on the manual here. You see that? So 16 and 17, these are your messages, or your special moves. A button, punch. Headbutt, punch, elbow smash, swipe, uppercut. So those are your 6 wrestlers. Those are your moves with the A button. Those are your simple standard moves. Bam Bam headbutts, Honky Tonk and Ted punch. Elbow smash is Randy Savage's moves. Andre the Giant just swipes because he's a bear. He's a beast. And Hulk Hogan does the uppercut smash with a simple press of the A button. B button, $1 Million Man gouges your eye out. He's a maniac. The others just do different kicks. Big boot kicks, spin kicks, that sort of thing. Now, A and up and down to pin or headbutt. B and up and down to gouge and pin. And then you have your back moves and your special moves when you're facing the opponent. Press A and B at the same time to execute these special moves. And then, of course, you have your running moves. Now, Bam Bam's the only one with a special running move. He's got the cartwheel. That's his signature move. One of them's got, it looks like Andre the Giant has what they call a barge. I have no idea what the barge is. And then some of them have certain turnbuckle moves. Obviously, the bigger ones like Bam Bam and Andre, they don't get up on the turnbuckle, so they don't have turnbuckle moves. And then there's those weird Energizer icons. I have no idea what any of that means, so I guess we'll see as we get into the gameplay. But you get your pre-bout screen to set up the match. You're on a 3-minute timer. Each wrestler has an energy meter. The bell will ring when it's time to start, and you square off. Go at it. One-on-one. Mano a mano in the WWF Wrestlemania ring. All right. What else do we need to know? I feel like this is the longest manual we've ever had in Season 6. I mean, I feel like I pretty much explained it. You got to pin the other guy in 3 minutes to get the victory. Okay? If you beat them all, you get the WWF Championship belt. That's a thing of beauty right there. That's what we're striving for on today's show. Will we beat all of our opponents today? Probably not, but we'll make a good effort. I think we already talked about the energy meter, so I'm going to skip that. Oh my goodness, it just goes on forever. The color gauge. All right. When a wrestler's skin turns pink, then red, that means he's boiling mad. The more hits he takes, the madder he gets. Any blow he delivers while he's red will have extra power and do more damage. The redder the wrestler is, the more damage he'll do. When he turns red, take advantage of this flush of power to fight back as hard as you can. And then, of course, there are the special energizers. Oh, they just appear and randomly bounce across the ring from left to right. That's odd. I won't lie, that's a little bit odd. And then fly off to the right. When you see the object that belongs to your wrestler, go for it. Chase it down, try to catch it. If you do, you get a big bonus in the way of extra energy. So Bam Bam is the flames. $1 Million Man, obviously the $. Honky Tonk, obviously the guitar. Macho Man Randy Savage, obviously the sunglasses. Andre the Giant, just a massive foot, because he's a giant. And then Hulk Hogan is a golden X, because I guess he's awesome. Oh, you got Hulk, 6'8", 303, one of the all-time greats, a superstar in every household. Fans so strong, they've even given them a name, Hulkamaniacs. Are you a Hulkamaniac? Are you? Should we be Hulk today? You got Andre coming in at 7'4", 520 pounds. Manager Bobby the Brain Heenan, they call him the 8th wonder of the world. He's the largest wrestler in the WWF, the largest athlete in the world. He wears a 22 size shoe. 22. He's got big feet, and he claims he's never been defeated. Randy Macho Man Savage, a little guy, 6'2", 238. His manager is Elizabeth. He's one of the flashiest competitors. A lot of talk, Randy Macho Man Savage. He has a stunning combination of strength, speed, and stamina, though. He's one tough cookie to beat. And his beautiful manager, Elizabeth, is the darling of the WWF. You got Honky Tonk Man, 6'3", 243. Colonel Jimmy Hart, his manager, claims to be the greatest. I've never heard of him. And that's not all he claims to be. He's the total entertainment package because he can sing and dance and play the guitar. A jack of all trades. A renaissance man. Not just a wrestler, an entertainer. Bam Bam Bigelow, 6'3", 390. He's got tattoos on his head. That's his signature. He used to get these crazy tattoos all over his head and face that were incredibly painful. And he did it just to intimidate people. One of the most controversial grapplers in the WWF. He's very big, but he's also very agile. He does this crazy cartwheel across the ring. He's also the most unique looking one. He's incurred the nickname, the Beast from the East. Ted, the $1 Million Man, everyone has a price. Everywhere he goes, he bribes people into doing gross things. Sick. What a sadistic wrestler. Like kissing his feet and wiping his sweat, it says. He even tried to buy the WWF Championship belt, and it almost worked. He's a brilliant technician in the ring, but sometimes tries to take the easy way out. Dollar, 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 dollar. Flash me those dollar signs in the chat, please, the emotes. If we square off against him, you better be rooting for me. All right, ring tips. Yeah, I think we've covered it. I mean, I don't think this game is terribly complicated. It's going to be a lot of button mashing. But there's the instruction manual in case you wondered. There's the $1 Million Man himself, Ted DiBiase. Those are his moves again. They just recount the moves. Ted, Bam Bam Bigelow. Everybody's got the same triggers, right? A and B are your standards. A and B together are a special move. Some of them have B up and down, like Bam Bam does an eye gouge. Drop kicks, cartwheels, pins, that sort of thing, right? Honky Tonk Man, he's got his moves. I don't know if he's got any big signature moves. You got Randy Macho Man Savage, of course. He does the elbow smash. That's kind of his thing. Flying elbow smash, back elbow smash. He's always dropping elbows on people. That's what he does. Andre the Giant, man. The lovable monster. The beast. The bear. He's just big. Big boot kick. You don't want to get body slammed by Andre the Giant. Trust me. The barge. I'm curious to know what the barge looks like. I have no idea what that move is. And then, of course, Hulk Hogan. I mean, everybody knows Hulk Hogan. Right? Everybody knows the Hulk. He's probably the best one in this game because I think when this game came out, he was like the most well-known, most popular, most sensational wrestler. Also, they put his ugly mug all over the cover, and I'm sure he licensed this game, so probably he has the best stats of any other wrestler in this game, if I had to guess, just based on the timing. And then that's it. Limited warranty and the back cover, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got a feel for what this game's going to be like. Looks like we got Eli in the chat. Good to see you, Eli. Adrian, never played a wrestling game on the NES. I've only played a few. I've never played this one, so we're going to fire it up in just a minute. We'll see how it goes. Cheer me on. I guess you guys should vote. I guess you should vote on which wrestler I play as. I'm going to be drinking my Andre the Giant drink, so I'm partial to Andre. But if nobody wants to see me play Andre, if you want me to play as a different wrestler, I'd love to hear you in the chat. You are live viewers. Let me know. All right, guys. It's time for that gameplay segment. Now, I told you, good job, Mitch. I told you this cartridge is a little worn out. I had some trouble getting it started, but I was able to successfully, and I hope it still works. It does. Excellent. Thank you for that very special G Club emote, Mitch. I think you made it work. The blowing it emote. All right, bigger, better, badder. WWF Wrestlemania. All right, we're just going to do a standard tournament, one player. My player name. Oh, I think I can fit it all. Let's see. Let's see if I can do Master G. Maybe Masterg. There it is, Masterg. All right, guys, what are your votes? I mean, if you guys don't have any votes, I'm gonna be Andre the Giant. I don't want to be Honky Tonk Man. He seems ridiculous. Randy Macho Man Savage. There he is, Andre the Giant. I'm gonna be Andre. I'm not hearing any votes. Adrian says Hulk. Anybody else want to vote? Bury, are you still out there? Carlos? Paraplui? Andre it is. 7'4", 520 pounds. Showtime. Well, I have to select my opponent. Oof. I don't want to start off with Hulk. I think I'll probably start off... Let's start off with the $1 Million Man. We'll just start at the top and work our way through the list, shall we? See if we can beat any of these. Alright, Andre the Giant versus the $1 Million Man. Here we go. How much bigger am I? Oh, I'm big. Oh, look, he's slow. Look at him walk! He doesn't kick easily. Oh, the headbutt! I got him! Look at him. Look at him just headbutting. Oh, this is funny. Come over here, man. Get over here. Don't run away from me. He's trying to tire me out, I think. Oh, no, he got me. Get him on the rings. Get him on the rings. Kick him. There you go, Andre. He's pinned. He can't... Oh, he got out. He escaped. Don't you run from me. How do I do the run again? I don't remember how the run goes. I do have the head. Oh, there it goes. It bounced off the ropes a little bit. This feels like weird music for WWF Wrestlemania, no? I wasn't expecting the music to be like, so like... Why isn't there a timer? Did we run out already? Why isn't my timer going? Alright, hold on. This is weird. It's like really slow. I didn't think it would be this slow, this game. I think I got him though. Oh, his energy's coming up. I don't know. I gotta figure out how to pin, cause I don't know how to, I'm not pinning him. Oh, there we go. We got the body slam. We got the body slam. The swipe, the headbutt. All right, come on. We gotta reposition here. What's he doing over there? This is so weird. Okay. Get on him. You gotta body slam him and then you gotta tackle him. Don't let him run away from you, Andre. Come on, Andre. Let's get him. Alright, how do we do the turnbuckle? I want to get up on the turnbuckle and try to get him. Oh no, Andre can't get up on the turnbuckle because he's too heavy. He can't do that. He doesn't have the turnbuckle move. What a goofy animation. Dude, this guy needs to stop running away from me. Ah! Oh, don't let him get it. Don't let him get... Oh, he got the energy thing. Alright, hold on. I need to get the manual out. I gotta figure out Andre's moves, because this is getting silly. This is just getting silly here on the show. Alright, Andre. What do you got for me, Andre? Alright, so Andre has the swipe is A, the big boot kick is B, A plus up and down is the headbutt, B plus up and down is how I pin him. Alright, body slam is A, B while facing him. And the only running move I have is the barge. Hold down the right or left controller, press the A button. Okay, we're going to try that. That was a foot. Oh, I didn't get it. I needed it, though. Ah, come on. The B button didn't work. I was trying to pin him. Alright, here we go. Let's do it again. I think he's probably got too much energy. Alright, here we go. We're running again. I want to body slam him again. That's the move I need. Oh my god. This is so slow. What's the body slam? Hold on. What's the pin again? What up, Philip Alexis? Good to see you in the chat. We're trying to figure out WWF Wrestlemania on the NES. I am playing as Andre the Giant himself. I can't figure out how to pin. B plus up or down? That doesn't seem right, but sure. Maybe he just has too much energy. headbutt him again. Oof, man, when I hit him, he flies, but I'm the one with no energy, not him. Maybe because Andre's so big, he just gets worn out real fast. Get that, get that. Oh, I needed that. That was my energy boost. Come on, Andre. Get him. Get him. Let's pin him. Oh, it was so close. I'm almost dead now, because I don't have any energy left. Oh, how did he escape that? No way. Oh, no! Oh, no! Alright, I gotta get him. I gotta get... Oh, I got my energy. Good. Good. Come on, pick him up and body slam him. Ah, no. That sucks. Now he got energy. I don't know how you're supposed to end one of these matches in 3 minutes. Because that's like what the tournament mode is. When we do tournament mode, it's going to be a 3-minute match. I don't know how you're supposed to do that in 3 minutes. Because, I mean, this is taking forever. I don't even know. I don't know how I get on him. I'm pushing the down and the B button to pin him, but it's not working. He's not doing anything. Alright, it's tournament time. I think we've learned enough about this game. We learned how slow it is. We need to do tournament mode. I think you're right, Mitch. Tournament mode is where it's at. WWF Wrestlemania. Alright, Andre the Giant is fun, but who should we play instead for tournament mode? Let's do tournament mode, 1 player. G. I don't want to be Ted. Let's be Bam Bam. Bam Bam Bigelow sounds fun. He's got that weird cartwheel move. That could be fun. Let's be Bam Bam Bigelow. All right, Bam Bam against Ted the $1 Million Man. Bout number 1. Get ready to wrestle. I like that headbutt. I like that headbutt, Bam Bam. Oh, doing the cartwheel. I don't know how that works, though. Ah, I did it. I did the flying kick, but I couldn't get him. Ah. I don't know. Will he get hurt if he goes into my cartwheel? Because I like doing the cartwheel, but I don't know if he'll actually get hurt if I hit him. Just headbutt him. Just headbutt him over and over again. I think that's the way to go. Uh-oh. Oh no, he jump kicked me. That's trouble. Ah, cartwheel. Headbutt. Ah, mistimed it. I was trying to kick him as soon as he got up, but I went too early. There we go. Get over here, buddy. What's my special move? I need it. Oh, the special move is the cartwheel, isn't it? I still don't know how to, like, properly use the cartwheel. It seems powerful, but I can't actually hit him with it. I'm getting plenty of headbutts in. Look at me just headbutting him. Look You just headbutt him over and over again. Ah, there it was. The flying kick. That's what I need to execute. Ah, mistimed it. There we go. We got some cartwheels in. How do we get up on the turnbuckle? Can I get up on the turnbuckle? Oh no, I can't get up on the turnbuckle with Bam Bam either. Oh, bummer. Get him! Get him down! Get him down! There's only 30 seconds left. Do I get like a win because I have more energy? Uh-oh, not anymore, I don't. Oh no! Rematch? So you just go into a draw and you have to keep doing it? I haven't even like figured out how to pin someone. Oh my god, this is annoying. Alright, pin. Let's study up. How do we pin someone? Anybody got any tips out there? Any of you who had this game, how do you actually pin someone? Get him to the ground. Then you can attempt to pin him by facing him and pressing the appropriate buttons, which are B plus up or down. It just says B plus up or down is the pin. Man, now we gotta do rematches? This is crazy. Okay, 3 minutes. Alright, Bam Bam. Let's cartwheel. I'm just cartwheeling. Look at me. Look at me go. I figured out the cartwheel move. I have figured that one out. Ooh, we got him. We got him. Oh, we had him on the ropes. We had him. The cartwheel is powerful, man. There's no escaping the cartwheel. Once you get cartwheeled, you're done. And then I'm just gonna headbutt you. I'm gonna headbutt you into oblivion. I wish I could body slam with this guy. I guess I can't. I don't know. I've been trying, but I can't figure it out. At least I'm stopping him from getting... Oh, man, how do I do that? That's what I want to do. I want to be able to hit him with it, though. Give him a few kicks. Ah! Ooh, that was bad. That's alright, get some energy. Get some energy. Here we go. Here we go. Ah! Oh, he got me. I was trying to do my flying kick on him, but he got me instead. Backfire. I need to just stick with the cartwheel. I'm good at the cartwheel. No way. No way he's stronger than me. Oh no, he got me! Oh, the body slam. Oh, what is that move? We didn't see that move. Oh man, painful. This is painful to watch. Bam Bam Bigelow getting taken out in the first round. Another rematch. I mean, what is this game? It's so slow, it's like impossible to get anyone's energy down in 3 minutes. Like, seriously, the only way it's possible is for the match to be so one-sided that you just dominate from start to finish. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about this one, guys. I don't think this is a great wrestling game. Is that crazy? I don't think it is. I don't want to play the $1 Million Man again. I mean, this is boring. This isn't fun for me. It's not fun for you. Was it fun for... I mean, I guess I could see this game if you're playing against your friends, but... I mean... He just runs from me for 3 minutes. Right? The controls are bad. I mean, you only have a few moves, and like it barely takes any energy out of him. Like, how many times do I gotta headbutt this guy? Maybe I just headbutt. Maybe I just try to headbutt him as soon as he gets up. And that's just what I do. I just want to see if it's possible for me to pin a guy. Because, like, I haven't even been able to, like, sit on him, you know, to even try to pin him. I'm pushing down and B button when he's on the ground. But, like, he's got to be a 0 energy or it doesn't work. Just keep walking into my headbutt. That's what we're going to do from... Oh, of course he escapes. Of course he escapes, and now we're done. So now he's up here, he's going to get more energy. I'm just gonna headbutt him into oblivion. Screw this. One more and then I pin him. Go! Pin him! Pin him! Dude, I'm pushing down in B. I'm pushing down in B. How are you supposed to... Oh my gosh. This is the worst. This is the worst. The absolute worst. Why is there a pin move? Like, you gotta push up or down in B? Like, honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me. I just want to prove it's possible to sit on a guy. Here we go. Down in B. I'm pushing B. I'm pushing down in B. Nothing's happening. Nothing happens when I push down in B. Nothing. Down in B. Nothing happens. Down in B. Nothing happens. He just gets right up. He gets right up. There we go. Oh, for the love of God, I won. I won. I won a match. You witnessed it. It's possible. Is it fun? Well, that's another question. It is possible to win a match. I beat the $1 Million Man. Oh boy, Honky Tonk Man. We'll play for just like a minute longer, and then we got to get to bar trivia. Bar trivia is going to be fantastic today. If you're a wrestling fan, you're probably going to go 5 for 5. It's all about the characters. It's all about these wrestlers. All 5 questions. Man, Honky Tonk Man is fast. He's fast. He's whooping me. Look at him. Oh my gosh, he's crushing me. Is this the Honky Tonk Man soundtrack? It's different music, at least. That's interesting. I don't think it... Oh, man, I'm raging. Look how pink I am. I'm so raging. I have extra power now. Now I don't. Now I lost it all because he's running from me. Because because he's so fast. Use my patented headbutt move. Just headbutt him. Oh no. Oh no. I can't even body slam with this character either, can I? Oh my gosh. Alright, well we got out of it! We got out of it! Oh no, oh no. We lost. Alright guys. Well we got just spanked by the Honky Tonk Man. That wasn't even close. I got wrecked. But at least you got to see me win a match, and you got to see me get my butt kicked, so enjoy. That's going to do it for WWF Wrestlemania on the NES. Probably not the best wrestling game available on the NES, but, you know, it was alright. The controls aren't great, the characters are neat, the music is weird. It would definitely be fun to play with 6 players, but that's all we're going to see today, guys. Because it's time for the Bar Trivia Challenge. That's right, folks. This is my favorite part of the show. One of my favorite parts. Actually, the whole show is my favorite part. But I really enjoy preparing the Bar Trivia Challenge. Now, if you guys at home have never participated before in the Bar Trivia Challenge here on the show, let me tell you a little bit about how it works. I will present you with 5 multiple choice questions in order of increasing difficulty. There are 5 of them. There are 4 choices, A, B, C, or D. From now on, your chats will appear live on the show right above me on the screen. So if you are fortunate enough to be with us live for this, the WWF Wrestlemania edition of the Bar Trivia Challenge on the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G, you get to play along at home. And we got a big crowd today. We had some big people on here early. I don't know if everyone's still out there. Carlos, Eli, Adrian. I hope you guys are all here. I see Mitch is still here. Philip Alexis, I hope you're still there. I don't know, going all the way back to the beginning, we had Bury. I wonder if he's still in the chat. We even had a newcomer, Haker. Guys, if you're still around, it's time to play the Bar Trivia Challenge. I want you to participate. Guessing is encouraged. Hopefully you know a little bit about wrestling. If you don't, get us your best guesses. See if you can go 5 for 5. There's still a chance you could. We have a lot of fun on the show. All right, question number 1. You ready? Question number 1 is this. Which of the wrestlers from today's game, WWF Wrestlemania, starred as Thunderlips in the film Rocky 3? That's the question. You know Rocky 3, the boxing movie with Sylvester Stallone? There were like a million of them. Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky 5, Rocky 18. I don't know if there were 18, but there were a few. In Rocky 3, one of the wrestlers from today's game starred as Thunderlips. Which wrestler from today's stream was it? Was it A, Hulk Hogan? We didn't get to play him. Was it B, Andre the Giant? We did get to play him. Was it C, the Honky Tonk Man? He whooped our butts. Or D, Bam Bam Bigelow, the wrestler that got us our first victory on today's show? Those are your choices, guys. Hope you're ready. I hope you're amped. I'm going to put 10 seconds on the clock. I'd love to hear those guesses in the chat. Let's get some hype going. It's Bar Trivia time. There you go. What do you got for me? Adrian, first to chime in. Adrian's going with A, Hulk Hogan. Adrian, are you a Hulkamaniac? I was probably a little bit of a Hulk. I mean, all of us were Hulkamaniacs back in the early 90s, late 80s. If you were alive, you were a Hulkamaniac. He was the premier wrestler. Mitch, would you care to venture a guess? You must be lagging. You must have lost your connection. Ah, there you are. You're going with A. Anybody else playing? I'll give you a chance to answer. Get your guesses in there. I'm going to reveal it. I'm going to reveal it in just a moment. You guys are both correct. The answer was, of course, A, Hulk Hogan. He was a celebrity, a star. He wasn't just a wrestler. He was in movies and TV. He was all over the place. And he even starred in Rocky 3 as Thunder Lips, a wrestler I think for some reason that Rocky squared off against as some sort of promotional match, some sort of ridiculous nonsense later on in his career. But it did star Hulk Hogan himself in that film. Check it out. Rocky 3, folks. It's a good one. It's a good one in the franchise. All right, guys, you're both 1 for 1. It doesn't look like we have any other contestants out there willing to play. Although if you change your mind, don't hesitate to jump in with your guesses. We're moving on to question number 2. Question number 2 is this. Which of the wrestlers from today's game was the very first professional wrestler inducted into the WWF Hall of Fame? The very first one. Was it A, Hulk Hogan, B, Andre the Giant, C, Macho Man, Randy Savage, or D, the $1 Million Man, Ted? Which one of these wrestlers was the very first professional wrestler inducted into the WWF Hall of Fame? Think about it. I'm going to put 10 seconds on the clock. Get your guesses in the chat, folks. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I don't want to jinx it. You guys are both going with C. No. Carlos chiming in with D, the $1 Million Man. That's a good guess. We got 2 guesses of C, Macho Man. 1 guess of D, $1 Million Man. I probably jinxed it because you're all wrong. The correct answer, believe it or not, was B, Andre the Giant. Now, it makes sense when you think about it because of the 4 wrestlers in this list, he was around much earlier than the others. Andre the Giant's heyday was really the 70s. So by the time the WWF was formed, Andre the Giant was at the end of his career, and they honored him by making him the first professional wrestler inducted into the WWF Hall of Fame. I would wager that all of the others are in the WWF Hall of Fame. But Andre the Giant was the first because he was around much earlier than the rest of these wrestlers. He was an old man by the time Hulk Hogan burst onto the scene, and Macho Man, Andre the Giant was a grandfather. Macho Man was just a little baby. I don't even know if they even wrestled together. They might have been 2 completely different generations, if I'm being honest. But the correct answer is B, Andre the Giant. Good guesses, though. You guys ready for question number 3? Shall we proceed? One of the most tragic events, sad to say, from the wrestling world. Which wrestler from today's game was the only one to die in the ring? Yes, real life death, a tragedy. Died in the ring. Which one of the wrestlers from today's game was the only one to die in the ring? Is it A, Andre the Giant, B, the Honky Tonk Man, C, Bam Bam Bigelow, or D, Ted, the $1 Million Man? You guys know this answer? You know the right answer? Are you aware? Are you wrestling fans? Do you know? One of these 4 actually did, in real life, pass away in the ring during a wrestling match. Which one was it? You have 10 seconds to think about it. I will start that clock now. Carlos, quick guess of C, it looks like. Bam Bam Bigelow. Mitch thinks it was D, a heart attack, taking the $1 Million Man. Adrian also going with D. You guys must have read something about this. You are both correct. D is the correct answer. It certainly would have made sense for Andre. He was a giant. He got very old and, had a lot of health problems later on in his life. He has passed away since then. Health problems because he was such a large man. Honestly, I don't know what happened to the Honky Tonk Man or Bam Bam Bigelow. They were party animals, though. Tragedy struck when Ted, the $1 Million Man, did in fact pass away of the ring. He had a heart attack. He got, got a little too stressed while he was in a match, and actually, it wasn't like another wrestler killed him. So thank God it wasn't a tragedy in that regard, because these wrestlers, they respect each other. None of them wants to accidentally kill another wrestler in the ring. But as it turns out, he had some heart problems. I don't know if he was aware of. And during a wrestling match, he got a little overworked, had a heart attack, and dropped dead right there in the ring. True story. Tragedy, the $1 Million Man. That was after this game came out on the NES. So I think he was still alive when this game came out. if I'm not mistaken. All right, guys, question number 4. This is the hardest one. I come up with all the questions, then I put them in order with what I think is the easiest to what I think is the hardest. I always save my favorite for last, which means question number 4 is usually the hardest one. Question number 4 is this. In September of 1995, WrestleMania 11 aired, and it was headlined by Bam Bam Bigelow, that wrestler we played with the cartwheel, the tattoos all over his head. We got our first win with Bam Bam Bigelow. But the question is, which famous NFL football star headlined WrestleMania 11 alongside Bam Bam Bigelow in September of 1995? Was it A, O.J. Simpson? Was it B, Lawrence Taylor? Was it C, Jerome Bettis? Or was it D, William the Fridge Perry? Do you guys know your football? Your American football. Certainly you've heard of a few of these legends from the NFL from the 80s and 90s. One of them actually headlined WrestleMania 11 alongside Bam Bam Bigelow. And I believe he actually beat him in the match. They squared off against one another, a professional wrestler against a professional NFL star, headlining WrestleMania 11. Which NFL star was it? Think about it. I think this is a good one. This is an interesting little, it's an interesting story. I'd like to see that match, if I'm being honest. Mitch is going with D, William the Refrigerator Perry. He was a big dude. Carlos and Adrian are both going with A, O.J. Simpson. I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted it to be O.J. Simpson, but in fact, the correct answer is B, Lawrence Taylor. Now, if you guys remember Lawrence Taylor, I'll tell you about him. He was a ferocious defensive player, a defensive end, I believe. Someone out there will correct me if I'm wrong. He played for the New York Giants in the 80s. He was big, he was all muscle, and he was so fast. Like one of the fastest defensive players. He got so many sacks on the quarterback. When we played Tecmo Bowl, the NES game, earlier in the show. His character in Tecmo Bowl is so fast, he can block every single extra point and field goal attempt. Because he's so fast and so big and so strong, you just run full speed at the kicker. You can run so fast through the line and get at the kicks every time. He was just ferocious. He was a terror. Every quarterback was terrified of Lawrence Taylor. Defensive player just rushing at the quarterback every play. He was the NFL player that aired or that headlined WrestleMania 11 alongside Bam Bam Bigelow. They squared off in the ring, and I think he won. I think Lawrence Taylor beat Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania 11. We can look it up. Google it. I'm sure WrestleMania 11 is up there on the YouTube somewhere. Watch it. Watch that match between LT and Bam Bam Bigelow. All right, guys, there's one more left. You ready? I saved my favorite one for last. We're going to take it in a different direction. The fifth and final question is this. Which of the following 80s films featured Andre the Giant? Cheers. As a show-stealing supporting actor with memorable lines such as, "Anybody want a peanut?" and "You've been mostly dead all day." Which movie was that from the 1980s? Starred Andre the Giant as a show-stealing supporting actor. Are we talking about A, Beverly Hills Cop? Are we talking about B, The Princess Bride? Are we talking about C, Ghostbusters? Or D, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? This was one of my favorite movies when I was a youngster. I'll start the clock. Let's hear those guesses in the chat. Have you guys seen any of these movies? Were any of you alive in the 80s? Do you know any of these movies? I'm sure you've heard of Ghostbusters. Carlos going A, Beverly Hills Cop. Great movie. Eddie Murphy. Love that one. I actually love all 4 of these movies. But one of them I watched when I was a kid. The others I had to wait until I was a little older to watch. Adrian's going A, Beverly Hills Cop. Mitch is going with B, Princess Bride. I think Mitch knew the answer. The answer is The Princess Bride, a story tale book. Andre the Giant played a giant. It featured a prince and a princess, and it was very comedic. He was a big dude, and he was the comic relief in the show. His name was Fezzik, and he starred alongside Inigo Montoya, and protected him and all the characters in the show. He was a lovable giant, and they gave him so many funny lines that when we were little, we used to quote those lines. You have to watch the movie. If you haven't seen Princess Bride, check it out. If you do have kids one day, you should definitely watch Princess Bride with your kids. It's a lot of fun for both adults and children alike, but it's definitely a kids movie. There are some funny parts in it and some jokes that probably go over the heads of some kids, but I loved Princess Bride when I was little. I loved it when I was an adult, and I always remember Andre the Giant. He's so big. He's so much bigger than all the other actors. It's unbelievable to see him stand next to a normal-sized person, right? Because when you see him in the wrestling ring, everybody's huge. But when you see him in a movie next to normal human beings, you're like, holy crap, this guy really is 7.5 feet tall and 600 pounds. It's unbelievable. So thanks for playing the WWF Wrestlemania edition of the Bar Trivia Challenge. I appreciate you guys. You guys were good sports. I hope you all enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the Bar Trivia Challenge. And give yourselves a round of applause. There he is, the Hulkamania. He's a beast. He's a beast. You guys have been great. Thanks for tuning in. This probably should have been a Friday game. I hesitate to do Friday games as sports games. I put this in the sports game genre because there's so many sports games, and there's also so many bad games I play on Fridays. But you're probably right, Mitch. This probably made more sense as a Friday game because this wasn't a particularly great game for the NES. Seems like they rushed this one out. They got the WWF license. Everybody's a big fan of wrestling. They probably rushed the game development just to make a quick buck, But it was a pretty good show. Carlos, don't be discouraged. It's okay. Sometimes we go 0 for 5. Really, I think if you can get one right, that's more than most people. Like I said, I make my Bar Trivia Challenge questions very difficult. So when the day comes that you do go 5 for 5, you can be proud of your accomplishments. I thank you guys for playing. We're going to be back tomorrow. Before we get to tomorrow's game, I want to remind all of our viewers who may be watching this video after the fact, if you made it this far, you owe it to yourselves to become a subscriber. All you have to do is click that little watermark in the lower right corner of your screen or click on the word subscribe. Subscribing to the YouTube channel, Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G, it is totally free. So there's no reason not to do it. If you stuck around for an entire episode, you probably enjoyed yourself. We would love to have you as a subscriber. All you have to do is click the button. So go ahead and do that now before you go anywhere else. Tune in, watch our shows. We got tons of great content up there on the channel. We do mystery unboxing. We do regular old live streams of old video games. We also play old PC games. There's tons of great content out there. And of course, we do the NES Happy Hour. This is our last week for Season 6. We only have 3 more episodes. Tomorrow, we're going to be back, same time, same place, 5 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow's game is a Disney Capcom classic. Maybe not a classic, but Disney Capcom games are usually pretty good. Tomorrow, we're going to be playing The Little Mermaid. Oh, The Little Mermaid. Guys, don't be fooled. All right, even though it's a game based on the Disney movie The Little Mermaid, and I don't know how you feel about that movie, I love those old Disney movies. They're a lot of fun. I remember them from when I was little, and I do remember The Little Mermaid. Also, I was a redhead, and Ariel was the only redhead in the Disney canon, so it made sense that everybody was like, oh, you're a redhead like the Little Mermaid when I was little. No, not like the Little Mermaid. I'm a man, I said when I was 6 years old on the playground. But that's the one we're going to play, and don't be fooled. It is actually a very good game. I mean, it's not like, it's not like a legendary game in the NES library, but it's not bad, and it's not easy. It's challenging. It's a great little platformer, if you can call it that. Unfortunately, you know from like Mario Brothers how frustrating and hard the water levels are. Well, in tomorrow's game, all of it is underwater. So we're going to do nothing but water levels, and they are difficult. The game mechanics are interesting. It's a game I think you'll enjoy. Anytime Capcom partnered up with Disney to release games on the NES, they were not half-assed. They did a good job putting together all those Disney games, whether it's Little Mermaid, DuckTales, Tailspin, the whole 9 yards. You can always count on them to be pretty good. So that's the game we're going to play tomorrow. We're going to have 2 more great cocktail recipes. We'll take a look at that manual, and of course we'll wrap things up with a fun little bar trivia challenge about the Little Mermaid. So study up tonight. Study up on your Little Mermaid trivia, and you might go 5 for 5 on tomorrow's show. Guys, if you want to get the cocktail recipes in advance, we put them up on our website, www.fitsandmasterg.com, after the show. So check in, visit the website in an hour or so. You'll get the cocktail recipes for tomorrow's show. You can gather the ingredients. That's going to be it for me. What a long day. We got a fun week planned. We're wrapping up on Friday with our season finale, so I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you have a great evening. And I hope I see you all again tomorrow on the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. Have a good night.